Let's do this. We are going to digitize the rail. If you are confident, just start doing it. The same process. But this time we'll choose a line. So we just do layer, create layer, new shapefile layer. Then we'll get a dialog box. Then this time we choose line instead of points. Are you getting that? Okay. Are you all happy? Kofi, did you get this one?
So I haven't to leave. The network was bad, so I changed.
The network was bad. So everything went off. Oh. I don't know whether it's only mine. Yeah, it went off.
Oh, I thought I'm the one who closed it all.
Yeah, so it my own went off. I don't know whether it's your line or whatever.
Mine too went off. I have to change.
So are we okay now?
Yes, it's okay now.
Great. So let's digitize the line. So you can watch me do it, or you can follow me. The same process. So all of us, let's start together so that we can all succeed together or fail together. Is that okay? But we are going to succeed, isn't it? So remember everything we did on the other side. So you look for the layer list. Which one of them is actually line? I think it's the railway. So we'll do the railway. So I'm saving it as railway in the same location folder. So you see now I have railway.shp. Remember we've done this before. Geometry type line. Okay, because a railway just goes and ends. It's not a polygon. It's all right. The way the train is now, a train, it doesn't turn around. Have you seen a train which is doing a U-turn before? Train doesn't do that. Okay, the train doesn't do that. So choose line, rail, line, and then leave the coordinate reference system. Then you go for the name. So what are some of the attributes? I said let's call the route name. All right.
Speed limit.
Speed limits. Maybe these two will be okay. And did we say cost or something like that? Testing. Okay. Now let me tell you something about the field names. They shouldn't be too long. If you make it too long, it will allow you to type more. Okay, so I've done a speed lim, speed underscore lim. Put that in your head. It is advised that you don't make it long, column names. Okay, so here we are. We can just add, so we have two fields. Let's make it simple, make our life easy. Route name, speed limits, that's all. Now let's say, okay. We get a new layer railway. This time there's a symbol looking like a line beside it. Okay, progress reports. Everybody give me a progress report. Kofi?
Sir.
Progress.
We're not going to do
it. Sir,
oh, please, I'm on Kofi. Nobody should talk now. Kofi, yes.
Sir, please, can you help me? The route name and what again?
And then speed limits.
So should I click OK and go, or I should go?
No, you do add to. You see, there's this button there. Have you seen it?
Yes, please. And
add to list.
The second one is okay. Yeah.
Then you go back to the box, type again. So what did you do the first time we were doing this? What were you doing?
So the first one, I lost that place. So I yeah.
So now you get it. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, please.
Okay, next person, Isaiah. It's okay, Isaiah. Progress.
Yeah, I'm on it.
The second name.
Isaiah, please don't tell me I'm on it. That's not what I want. Where are you? Let's do this.
I'm not saving I'm not creating the file.
I'm the one who is showing you how to do it. And I ask where you are. Yes, I'm on it like I see.
Yes, I'm adding the attributes.
Okay, Hassan, let's go. Hassan, where are you? Progress.
Please, I've done it, sir.
You are done. Okay, that's good. Patrick, I think you're next. And yes, Patrick. Whether if your download, give me progress. So Patrick is no longer part of this. Okay. Because I've marked him present, isn't it? Okay. So
Sir,
he can
please,
actually,
sir, please, the second name, the second name.
the speed limit,
Okay.
route name and speed limit. These are the two. And they are all
Okay.
tests. That is speed limit shouldn't be tests, right? I think that's a mistake there, right there. Speed limit shouldn't be test. It should be what?
Whole number.
It should be whole number. But it's okay. We understand our mistake, please. It shouldn't be test. Speed limit should have been number. Okay. When we are done, toggle editing again. Select the layer, toggle editing. And then
So
we
please,
go for,
in this case that we made a mistake and then we want to change it, how are we going to go about it?
we have to go through a certain process, but because the tutorial is not about that, I don't want us to go through that. It's okay.
Are you likely to ask the same questions during the exam?
These are just theory questions, but they help us to understand concepts like digitizing and then what do you call it? What else? We are doing digitizing, isn't it? Yes, coordinate systems, layers. That's why normally the practical brings you home to certain things you will be reading in the notes. Are you with me?
Okay.
Yes. So I'm not going to ask you step one, step two. Please put it in your mind. But someone who is answering a question on layers, who have done the practical like this, knows exactly what he's not supposed to, right? Are you with me? Yeah. That's the essence. Okay. So let's digitize the rail by clicking on add line feature. Then if you make a mistake, you should just click along the line. If you make a mistake, you simply click on delete. So I'm digitizing. If you look closely at it, there's a red line following what I'm doing. Say I made a mistake, I pressed delete on my keyboard. It will be going back. If you look at it, you see it, what I'm doing. Okay. So you digitize as much as you can. You don't digitize and go and sleep. And then you come back and continue. You finish with whatever you are doing. So this one is a very long reel. So I'll spend hours doing it. So I'm assuming that it's actually I'm going to end it where the sugar plant is somewhere around that place. I can pan and click on add feature again, then I'll be continuing with what I'm doing. So you can change buttons. So you see, now I can go straight. There are straight lines. Because this has been designed by surveyors and engineers, this is always going to be straight lines. This is a real line. In fact, that's why it's a real line. I want to end it. You right click. It's okay. Okay, progress reports. Kofi.
Sir.
What I'm doing, how far? Have you started something?
Yeah.
On the rail?
Yeah, sir. I'm doing the farm.
What exactly are you doing?
Say I'm on the live, the place where you are, I'm on the same tab. So
you are clicking like that. Okay, great. Hassan,
yes, please.
Are you done?
Same here.
Same here. Isaiah. Patrick. Progress. Great. Okay, so with those who are with me,
So,
right click.
So please, the red line does not really curve. So how did you do it?
How did I make sure it's what? How did I do it?
Actually, follow the line. I tried following the railway, but it doesn't go straight. It doesn't follow it.
You see, okay. So it means that when you got to where it turns, you didn't pick some points there.
So I should have stopped there and then continued later.
No, you should have gone on the curve and picked the points along the curve. So that you should pick 3 points on the curve and then pick only a few points on the straight. So on the straight, you can actually go all the way to the end once you do the curve. So digitizing a rail is very easy because the design is like that. It's straights and curves. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
So now you made a mistake. You need to press what button? Delete. Yeah. If you want to correct it. But if you feel no, you can do it another time. Just leave it. Otherwise, you press delete. It will be deleting all done, and you come back again. Are you with me? Maybe you went
Yes,
too
sir.
fast normally. All right, but if you're done, Kofi Hassan, let's right click. And then once we right click, the dialog box appears. You put in ID1, route name. Let's use the name, the Atlantic coastline. The Atlantic, that means the ocean there is Atlantic Ocean. Speed limits that we should have put number, now it's test. Okay, but we can put number, it wouldn't know that, but just that we can't do calculations with it, we have issues. So let's put in 150, whatever 150 means. Is okay. Then you say okay. Then once we do that, we can now select the layer and toggle editing. This is something we did with the points layer. It's the same thing we're doing. There's a point layer, you click a point, you do attributes, click a point, do attribute. Line layer, click so many points to define a line, right click, and then attributes. Okay, that's the difference. Toggle editing is to ask you, do you want to save? Say save. Now, when you do that, you can see that there's a new layer there. If you switched off this, you see, if I turn off the image, the line is there together with the facility location, the sugar facility. Are you okay?
So how did you turn it off?
By clicking the checkbox next to the layer here, the layer. You see the checkbox? Do you know what a checkbox is? Turn it off.
Yes.
Great. So turn it off, turn it back on. All right. Now, if you know what I'm doing, I'm just trying to put in 1 sugar count. Are you okay? That's what I'm doing. Sugar count 2, which I didn't do earlier on. I can say, okay, I only put 1 attribute, but no need to leave the attributes. You should put in the attributes as you go. So I can now put this one off, you see, or I can save it, I can just turn it off. So now I have 3 layers, all right? I have 2 layers. If I have 3 layers, 2 of them we created it ourselves. All right, now I'm going to show you how to change the symbols so that we can see the railway properly. Right click, you look on the left hand side, you see there's a symbol to the layer. Double click on the symbol and it will pop up this symbology dialog box, okay, which is actually layer properties dialog box. Change the color and the width. Are you okay? This one is not rocket science, like I said. Can just put color red, I don't know, some color that can easily be seen. Apply. See, now our rail is looking nicer. Okay, what I did is more cartography than GIS. Are you okay? Changing symbology. GIS only cares that there's a line, okay, model of the rail line. Of course, we can actually choose rail line from the symbols. So there are list of symbols. Topo railway, I mean, like, you can go for that. Apply. You can see now we have a rail line, 2 of them, the one that already exists and the one that we put in. Okay. So the color can change as well. Can just make it like, I don't know, red, the default color. I don't know why red seems to always be the color of choice, because red seems to be more, I don't know, visible. Okay, this symbology will not allow us to change, but for now, I mean, let's leave it. There's no time to waste. Let's go and do a polygon. So we can go back to the rail and keep on digitizing. You can go back to the facility locations and add more. I want you to know that. Now let's go and do a lake. Let's do a lake. Quick one, a small lake. Let's not go too far from where we are. Here is a nice Hippochi lake. Is that okay? Lake Hippochi. So we are all doing Lake Hippochi, which is actually down south from where we did digitize the sugar plant. Where is it? To know where we digitized, right click on the layer and go for zoom layer. It will bring you to where you were. Is that okay? And then to the left side, you see Lake Hippochi. I don't know if that's how to pronounce it, but I'm not an American. And I wasn't there in 1822 when they were doing the sugar stuff. Anyway, I'm sounding a bit racial. Anyway, I shouldn't. So Lake Hippochi is okay. It's to the left of the sugar camp that we actually digitized. Okay, we are going to digitize it as a polygon. So we've done point, line, we are going on polygon. Any question, anybody has something that bothers them, they should let me know. Otherwise, this is very easy. We are just repeating ourselves, something we've done already. Layer, create layer, new shape file, give it a name. Lake is okay, you call it lake. So all the lakes in our projects, there will be polygons. We discussed this in class already with attributes, the name of the lake, and an activity, maybe boating, fishing. Are you okay? We add that too. Kofi, are you okay with me at this point?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, Hassan, are you okay? Isaiah, are you okay?
Okay, sir.
Great. Patrick, how far? With your download?
The first name is what?
And the first what?
So the name.
Then the attributes, the field. We are calling it name and activity. We're giving it name and activity. Why you don't feel? Your network is bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Network is bad.
Yeah, yes, please.
Oh, but look at it. It's on the screen. Look at it.
Yeah, so I can see now.
So name and then activity. Is that okay?
So please.
Example of attribute value or name is Lake Hippochi. The one that we are doing. Are you getting it? So later on, when we are digitizing, we'll put in that as the name. But for now, we are now creating the blueprint, the design of the table. Okay, go ahead. Yes, Kofi. You say okay, then you have a new layer.
File and coding.
You say, Hassan? You said? Hassan, you said?
I wasn't talking.
Okay, who is talking? Kofi? Are you okay?
Yes, the file and coding. Yeah, your own is appear UT8 or whatever, but my own doesn't appear like it. This is okay.
What is appearing as what? Say it well so that I know what you're saying. What are you saying?
The file encoding.
Oh, but don't do any file encoding. I haven't mentioned any file encoding. So create layer, new shape layer. You shouldn't be doing any encoding anywhere. Okay. I haven't mentioned it.
No, I see on data for my own. That's why.
You are seeing some encoding over there. Yeah, the file encoding. Please. So don't choose anything that we haven't said you should choose. Yes, Kofi, it's very simple. Yes. Tutorial, that's how it's done. You finish doing it, then you start thinking, oh, okay, that's what the theory is about. Are you okay? Please don't complicate things for yourself. Let's move forward. So we are going to digitize the lake. You zoom closer to it. Can zoom very well to it. Identify that the lake is actually the one that is this one, not this one. Okay. Let's identify, like, or maybe they are twin lakes. I don't even know, but doesn't even matter. So if they are twin lakes, then we'll have to do the two. But let's do this one, only this one. Honestly, let's do this. Let's digitize this one just for the exercise. Okay, so the same procedure, toggle editing. Then you look for add.
So you haven't closed your this, you know.
Oh, sorry. I haven't closed what? What have I not closed?
Screen.
Huh? Have you closed what?
Your newspaper was on the screen, that's why.
Is it okay now?
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah, it's very okay, sir.
Great. So start digitizing you go in a clockwise direction. Is that okay?
You have not picked it. Yeah. Yeah.
So you go in a clockwise direction by just following the outline that defines the geomorphology or the shape, literally. Simple terms. So the more points you pick, the better the definition. The less points you pick, the quicker you go with the digitizing. Go along it. Okay, it's good to use a mouse in this case. Those who think mouse is archaic and mouse is not really, because we are using touch screen. My laptop is touch screen, but come and look at me. I'm using a mouse. Go and ask the architects. Anybody doing designing, mouse is like key. Please put it in your mind. You can write it down. Don't throw your mouse away. When you get a mouse, buy it. See, that is why Hassan's one was crossing. Hassan, are you using a mouse?
Nope.
Yeah, I got you there, right? So when you are not using a mouse, designing becomes, anything designing, digitizing becomes difficult. So you see, mine is looking so nice. So I give it an idea. Yours looks nice. Nice. Is that what you're saying?
You haven't seen mine and you're appreciating yours.
If you say it's nice, it's not nice. Up to you. Let's see here, we can do boating. So we put boating as an attribute. Is that okay? So I've put lake, Hek Koshi. Are you okay? And then I've put boating to be the activity. I say, okay. All right. Now you see here, it's filled it because the lake, the polygon, the whole idea of polygon is a region. Are you okay? A region. It's different from a polyline, a line that goes around and comes back to the same place. They are two different things. But anyway, we're not going any further than that. We can toggle editing to end it. Save. Now, when you go into your folder, you will now see that you have so many files. Can you see that? I have facility location, shape files. I always have an extra file for my computer. Yes, Hassan.
If you are done, how do you kind of like?
You right click. That's what we did with the line.
Okay.
So we right click again. Also, when we make a mistake, it's delete to do it. Now, depending on the software you are using, that may not be how it does it. So put it to your mind. It's not rocket science. We can check this and see that we have the different files. The PRJ file is the projection file. When you open it, you see a description of the projection hierarchy that is being used. WGS84 spheroid. The S radius is there. This is defining the coordinate system, like correct, proper coordinate system. Hierarchy. Right.
So you're going a bit fast.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so what I said was that when you look at these files, okay, every single one of them has a role that it plays. The first one is generated by my computer because of a certain software I've installed. So ignore it. Now, the DBF is database file. The next one is the PLG, which is a projection file. This is the shape file itself, but everything there is called shape file, all the files. But this is the SHP, okay? Then we have the SHX, so SHS, SHP, PLG, DBF, and the DBF contains the table we are building. Then the PLG, if you right click it, you can open with tests, any test editor. Hassan, are you following me? Are you following me? Huh? Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Great. You can right click it and open it with Notepad. So where I am now is the actual folder where we are storing our files. Now I've opened it with a note editor called Notepad++, and I can see the details of the projection that was used. The datum, we talked about datum in class, spheroid has been mentioned in class. The radius of the earth wasn't really mentioned, but these are the things that define the earth. That for the projection, remember map projection is coming in. Greenwich meridian is a reference point. The data, the coordinates are in degrees, okay? So from left to the very end, everything we have is actually defining there's longitude. Are you with me? The longitude. So if you had used UTM, you would have had all the factors. The central meridian will be there, 500,000, all those things with them. All right, so that is basically it. Let's go back to our folder. Okay, see that that's what these files mean. If you delete one of them, it won't work. It will crash the whole thing. Is that okay? That thing you are seeing about there, you won't see it again. It will just disappear. You can try it anyway. In fact, except the PLG, but the SHS, the SHP, those ones, don't joke with them. It won't work, or it will throw an error. Okay, so let's go to the main page again, and let's see a few things. We have to close. In fact, we have to close. It takes time. We can do this forever. There's a lot. I wanted us to do suitability analysis. It has to be for another day. I'm just tired. I'm sure you're also quite bored. So let's do just a few things and we close. With this session, Zoom session, we are ending the class. Okay, we're ending the class.
This is our last meeting.
Yes, this is the last one.
So by the way, how was the meeting?
Say it again.
How was the meeting?
Some did well, some didn't do well. But
Can we get to know?
I can show you if you want. If you insist, I'll show you. If you push
We
me.
insist. We are pushing you.
Oh, okay. So get ready for it. There you go. See how well you did, right? Can you see it? Okay, before I show you, let me just do my last. Let's go back to the QGIS. Right click the layer, open attribute table. Right click the layer, any layer at all. It can be railway, can be lake. Right click it. You see zoom to layer, you see a whole lot, but I want you to go to open attribute table. You see a table, and that table contains everything. When you click on the row of that table, it will highlight the object. Is that okay? All right, so that's the attribute table. There's a whole lot of things you can do with this.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of things you can do. You can actually, there's too many things. Please stop saying okay, okay. There are too many things you can do in the software. Too many things that I can't talk about for time's sake. I can't. And so that's basically it for this particular session, and that will end it. In fact, you can do buffering and everything, go to vector to processing. We can be trying all this, but before we are aware, time is just gone, and union overlay, intersect, all this. If you don't teach the theory, people don't understand what you're doing practically. If you don't, and you will know what questions to ask during the exam. If you teach too much practical, not good. Too much theory, not good. So for now, take this. Okay. Let me give you an indication the questions that I'll be asking you during the exam. Before we look at the results, I'll show you the midterm. I'll show you in a minute. Okay. So during your end of semester exam, I'm going to ask you questions that are not difficult with Grace. Okay. But all the questions are going to be easy peasy for you. Is that okay? Can you see my Word documents?
Nope. You can't.
You wish you can see it, isn't it? You want to see the questions. Okay. Great. So the first question, people have taken pen and paper. I can hear someone opening a book. Anyway.
As your recording is on, we can get the record.
I'm even recording, so you exactly. Someone is even hacking my computer right now. I know. So I'm just going to give you one free question from the free. I'll give you maybe two. What are the data sets required to support agriculture, considering the soil type identification for a large tract of land for commercial purposes? Do you remember the day we had a lecture and we were talking about different layers?
Yes.
And then people were saying telephones, this, blah, blah, blah. Are you okay? Saying soil type. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay. So those things are data sets. You need that data. Data on, are you okay? Soil types. Data on water. Data on channel, water channel. That is the answer to the question. Are you get what I'm saying? What are the data sets required to support agriculture? You need to know what happens. And I've given you a case study. So if you don't understand agriculture, you can read it. Are you with me? So I'm giving you, that's a free bonus question that you have. Are you okay? Are you good?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now I'll give you another free question. The geological information of the place shows that there's the potential for diamond resource beneath the surface. This information can be obtained from an old hard copy map, given that an old farmhouse is visible on the ground and the map. Recommend a way to determine the skill of the hard copy map. This question always comes in exam, and I haven't had satisfactory answers, so it keeps appearing. Okay. But I think someone got it right at a point. I don't know, but I'm just repeating it. It's coming again in a different way. What is the answer to this? Anybody? We have 5 minutes to end this. I'll show you your results. Don't worry. What's the answer to this? What is the topic? What topic is this about? This question about?
So mapping.
Map skill. Yeah? Map skill. So you should stay there and understand map skill is a distance on map over distance on what? On ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now you start asking yourself, what's the map distance? What's the ground distance? Are you okay? All right.
Yeah.
Then that answer. I'll give you one last bonus question that is coming. Then I will show you your results. As you've insisted, you want to see it. In determining the flat prone areas around the farm area, how can a drainage surface be used to establish a watershed for the area? So watershed is like view shed. I think I said that in the lecture. So my videos, I put a video there 1 year, one view. The videos are a resource. If you don't understand something, go and watch the video on YouTube. I need your views so that I can make some money. Not really, I can't make a lot of money from this. But what I'm saying is that we talked about this in the lecture, that viewshed is like watershed. Are you okay? The same way viewshed is created based on cell values, the same way watershed, same way. If water finds its own level, so any place with a high elevation, water will not fill that. It will fill the lower elevations first. That's the concept. Okay. So this question is asking you to just describe how the watershed, are you okay? How a drainage surface be used. So the drainage surface, what's a drainage surface? A surface that shows exactly where you have the water, isn't it? Like draining to, which areas where the water will drain to. So you need to just discuss some of these questions. It doesn't need a lot of explanation. So that's the nature of questions. So if you take a past question and you've been able to solve it, you have an idea how this one should be done. But I know you don't have time. Anyway, we have 3 minutes, and I'm going to just end it here by showing you your